Okay, so we are on to our life's work. Our life's work. We're talking big here. We are thinking big, and that is a main determinant of what's going to separate you from the other creators who are thinking small. I am very big on doing something that you love for a living and pursuing that fully because that's what our mind is wired for, survival and trying to actualize our highest versions. So, our life's work right here, we'll open this as a page, but the thing with this is again, it's all a process of iteration, but you're brainstorming your purpose because your life's work is based on the big problem that you are trying to solve in the world, right? The problem that excites you and that gets you out of bed, and you aren't going to find this the first time around, right? You have to kind of solve a problem to uncover a better problem, and then eventually uncover whatever big problem you are trying to solve. So, what we're going to start with is what is a big problem that you want to solve or you have solved in your life, right? If you have authority or expertise, you've solved a big problem in your life, which may be getting a job, increasing your skill set, being able to make an income as whatever it may be, whatever it is, right? And so, what problems are you going to solve in your life, or have you solved? I've solved the problem of money to an extent through online business. I would say that I'm in a pretty good mood all the time, so I've solved the energy problem through spirituality. What's the other thing? You kind of have to reflect and remember like where you came from, and that's why this exercise is so powerful, because you are creating content for people that are a few steps behind you. And so we'll leave it at this because I've already thought through these things and I already have my versions of these. But what's the big problem that I want to solve in the world? And I want you to think very big here. So it's, for me, it's to end human suffering. For you, it could be to, what could it be? To just help people do what they want to do for a living, help people have a clearer mind, help people get out of their heads, help people stop overthinking, help people gain better skills so they open themselves up to more opportunities. And then the how you are going to solve those problems is dependent on you and your interests and your expertise, because this is kind of the why. This is the why behind everything, where I want to end human suffering, but it's not like I can just talk about that all day. I have to attack it from multiple different angles. I have to attack it from the spirituality angle. I have to talk it from the business angle, right? Because money is very important in reducing stress and kind of upskilling your life. I have to talk about skill acquisition. There's a bunch of different things that go into that. So that's what comes next, and how your interests from the mastery method can overlap with this. So my interest for ending human suffering is spirituality, online business, in specific, the creator economy, which took me a while to understand. I started broad with online business, and then eventually I niched down, or at least like I just enjoyed talking about the creator economy more. So that's kind of what I leaned into. What else? Psychology definitely helps with that. Everything helps with that. So mine are a bit different, and you can go as niche as you want with this, right? I can't speak for you here. I am doing this simply to give you an example of where my head's at, and this is all up to you. So what are you naturally good at or attracted to? Again, fill it out. How does this connect to your vision and the life you're building for yourself, which we'll talk about soon? Your passion is your fuel for conviction and impact. So can you turn this into a business that spreads a positive message? And the usual answer is if other people are doing it. If you're following people on social media that are doing it, then you can do it too. And you have to reverse engineer how they got there from beginner to advanced. Now, one thing I want to talk about is your arsenal of whys. Why do you want to solve that problem? This could be a personal story. It could really be anything. And you have to pay attention to these, because I'm sure a lot of you know that when you have a strong why behind something, it's much, much easier to do. When you have a why that resonates with you about, let's say, going to the gym, then going to the gym becomes very easy. But then when that specific why starts to die out, you need to hunt for a new one, and you need to realize the reasons behind why you're doing specific things that you enjoy doing. And that's where you write them down right here. So let's say, going on a walk for my, that doesn't really make sense in the context of like human suffering. But why? Is because why did I do it in the first place? Because I didn't want to get a 9-to-5 job. I wanted time and location freedom. What about my health? I wanted to look good and feel good and other things like that. And then once you can develop these even further and get even more specific with them, when you come back and these ideas come to your head, then you can write them down in here. But again, we're just getting things out of our head so things can start to click later on, and our subconscious can munch on these problems and give you clarity on what you're actually trying to achieve.